Take two. Hi, my name is Jen, and welcome back to Knits in the Wild. This is my knitting podcast where I talk about all things knitting and spinning, and sometimes sewing, because I've been getting into that lately too. So if you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. I took a little break over the last few months because I just didn't feel like recording, and today I felt like recording. So, welcome. Great to have you here today. So, this is my second time recording this episode. For some reason, I guess my computer ran out of storage and I lost my whole first take. Anyway, here we go again. I'm going to try to make it a little quicker this time. So, yeah. Let's start. First, let me just introduce myself. My name is Jen. I am a knitter. I've been knitting for 15 years now, or maybe a little over 15 years. I started knitting in 2008 when I was like 23 years old. Anyway, yeah, I took a few breaks from knitting over those years and really picked it back up in like 2020. So I learned how to spin last year, so I've been getting into that as well. And I live in the capital region of upstate New York with my husband Jordan and our two cats, Cedric and Phoebe. And they are napping on the couch right now, which is super cute. Anyway, so let's start out with what I'm wearing. This is my Winter Speech Cardi by Andrea Mowry. I finished this cardigan back in December. I love it. It is a cabled drop shoulder cardigan. I made it oversized. It's really big on me. I like it that way. It's super cozy. I use the yarn by the fiber company called Arranmore Light in Liadan. And this is a cashmere wool and I think silk blend. It is woolen spun. It is really soft. It is light. The fabric is amazing. It's got this like tweedy color to it. It's one of my favorite yarns that I've knit with so far. I would love to make another sweater out of it eventually. So the only modification I made to this cardigan is that I knit the body to 17 inches. I believe the pattern said to knit to 15 inches, but I like my cardigans a little long. I can stand up and show you what it looks like. It's got this beautiful cable pattern with pockets. Yeah, so that is my Winter's Beach cardigan. I finished it right before Christmas time, so it was a great cardigan to have to wear to my Christmas events. It is a little, because it's so oversized, it's a real casual looking, so I do wear it to work sometimes, but not that often. Anyway, so another thing about this sweater is that I made the sleeves a little bit too wide, which, doesn't really bother me that much, so I like it. I'm very happy with it overall. So, I have some finished objects to share and some WIPS. So let's get started with my finished objects. First up, I have my Traveler Cowl. It's another pattern by Andrea Mowry that was released not that long ago. I cast on to for this pattern the day it came out because I had hand spun in my stash that I really wanted to use that I thought would have been perfect, and I think it came out pretty great. The yarn I use is hand spun that I made over the summer. It is a colorway by Nest Fiber called Prairie Skies. Has this beautiful blue, beautiful like ochre color. I actually ran out of this hand spun when I got towards the end and had to deep dive into my hand spun stash, and I thankfully found a color that kind of matched. It's got a little more browns in it. It's a little more muted, but I think it matched pretty well with the rest of the yarn. You can kind of tell in the end there where I ran out, but I think it looks okay. It's kind of funny because this was called Cabin Fever, and this is also from their club colors last year. And I had just started out spinning when I made that yarn, and you can kind of tell because it's a little thick and thin, whereas up here it's a little more, it's a lot more consistent. And the fiber in this one is 100% Polwarth, which I had never spun or knit with, and it is very soft and bouncy. It is a great fiber. It was my first time using it, and I think the Cabin Fever is BFL, actually. That's BFL, Blue Face Luster. So together, it works. I just got a jacket that is this yellow color, so I'm hoping this will go really great with that jacket when it comes time to wear it. So my next WIP is the Satellite Shawl, which I think I may have shared before on a prior episode, but this is my Satellite Shawl, another pattern by Andrea Mowry. And yes, I do love her patterns. I knit them because I love them, and it's what makes me happy. So I'm not ashamed. I love them. She has a lot of great patterns. This is one of her older patterns. The yarn I am using is the main color is, I'll show you. So you see, this is BienAmiee's Helix in the French Gray, and this is the color that is called for in the pattern. And my contrast colors are just 3 colors of Lang Alpaca Silk or Lang Alpaca Superlight, and this is gold, this is Rosewood, and then this is Rose, the light pink. So I tried to match the colors to the actual shawl that she made for her pattern, and I think I did a pretty good job. So that is my Satellite Shawl. I'm hoping to get that done by this spring because I started that back in August. So I really need to get that done soon because I want to wear it. I love it. Okay, so my next WIP is a pair of socks. So these are just a basic vanilla sock. The pattern is My Favorite Socks by Kristen Lair, and I've shared that pattern before. So these I like to have bring with me in case I have to wait at the doctor's office or something like that. Something quick and easy to knit on. This yarn is Farmer's Daughter Fibers, one of their sock yarns. I can't recall which one, but I will put it in the description box. And I am holding it together with some mohair from my stash. So these are the colors. Love it. They are gonna make a cute, bright purple sock. So my next WIP is my Pressed Flowers Cowl. I don't have much. So I started this back in November, I want to say, and I had made a lot of gift knits and I put it on hold. But yeah, it's coming out okay. It's been on hold for a while. I haven't worked on it. But the yarn I'm using, I actually got at Rhinebeck last year, or I should say Rhinebeck 2022. So this is Peace, Love, and Yarn. It's just a basic non-superwash wool. I don't think the color even has a name, but yeah, I like it. And I'm using this as the main, and my contrast color is this. This is the Fiber Company's Zero, so it's an alpaca and merino and silk blend. And it gives a little fuzzy squishiness to the cowl, which would be cute, I think. and cozy. My main WIP, which I have been working on for the last month or so, a little less than a month, is I'm finally making my Heritage Harbor sweater. And I love it. I am almost done. I just have one sleeve left. So this is a pattern designed by Samantha Guerin. And ever since I saw it, I wanted to make it. And I have the perfect yarn. I got this yarn last year when I did the Bat and Kill fiber tour in Washington County, the Washington County fiber tour, I should say, from Bat and Kill Fibers, which is a local mill here in upstate New York, in the Bat and Kill Valley. And this is their Bat and Kill Fibers Cordale DK in this yellow-green Grello color, which I picked up a sweater's quantity of that and decided it would go great with a dark stripe. Contrast stripes are from Harrisville Designs Nightshades. Now, I don't remember the name of this color, but it's got that light yellow in there. It's so cool. And this is 100% Cormo wool and spun. So soft. So it goes great. These go great together, I think. So yeah, this is just a drop shoulder sweater. It's my first time doing the Italian bind off. So I screwed up. I think I screwed up on the hem of the sweater. I don't know. This didn't look right to me when I was doing it, but I continued on because I couldn't really undo it. So it looks okay. Not really noticeable. I don't really know if it's wrong, but I actually did this part. This one looks right. So I bound off this cuff this morning and I really like how it turned out. So with the Italian bind off, you have to reorder the stitches because it is a bind off typically for a 1x1 ribbing. And because I have a 2x2 ribbing, I had to reorder all the stitches from 2x2 to 1x1 to then bind off for the Italian tubular bind off, which it wasn't that hard. I watched a couple tutorials. I found the Brooklyn Tweed tutorial very helpful. So if you're looking for a good tutorial for that bind off, that's the one I watched. So I also did it on the collar. The sweater has an option for a folded over collar or just a regular bound off collar, which is what I did. I also noticed that my ribbing kind of slants, and I don't know if that's just what this ribbing does when you do an Italian bind off. I'm not sure. I've never done it before. So if you have any insight as to why that happens, I don't know. I mean, let me know. I don't know I don't think it's going to block out, but we'll see. I mean, it's not bothering me that much. But anyway, I just have one sleeve left to finish it, and it should be done within the next few days, hopefully. Because I really want to wear it. I made the size 5. I'd have to look at the pattern to see how much positive ease is recommended. I don't remember, but I believe it was the 48-inch bust size, which is why I picked it. I have a 46-inch bust right now, so I didn't want too much positive ease in this sweater. So yeah, this is my Heritage Harbor. Love it. Cannot wait to wear it. So let's back up a little bit and talk about some more finished objects that I almost forgot about. So this one is a hat that I finished probably back in October now. I did the Harlow Worsted hat. And this is just a simple 2-color brioche pattern. I only used 1 color, but the pattern is for 2 colors in the round. And this was my first brioche pattern in the round. And it came out really nice. I did mess up on some of the brioche decreases because I had trouble. I didn't want to rip them out, but I mean, it's just me wearing this hat. I don't really care. It's not that obvious, but that is one of the decreases I did successfully. But anyway, I wear this hat all the time. It is soft and squishy. I wear it on my walks every day. I've been walking at work on my lunch break. Perfect hat for that. So the yarn I use for this is by 29 Fibers, which is a local dyer here in upstate New York. I think she's in Saratoga area. This is one of her DK non-superwash yarns in the colorway Prismatic, which was a one-of-a-kind colorway that I bought from her last summer, and I loved it. And this was scraps that I had left over from a hat that I made for my sister, which I believe I shared with you guys before. But anyway, I held this yarn with another yarn, an alpaca lace yarn that I honestly can't remember the name of. I'll have to throw it in the description. And all of my projects are on my Ravelry page, which you can check out if you want any details about that, because I put all my yarn on there and everything, the needle size, all my notes go in there. So if you're interested. My next finished object are a pair of fingerless mitts that I made for myself. These are the Tinsel mitts, another Andrea Mowry pattern, and this time these have little flaps. They're little convertible mitts. They're super cute. They are super warm. You just flip over and there we go. We got a mitten. So the yarn I used for these were leftovers that I had from a shawl project a couple years ago. So it is Hedgehog Fibers, Tweedy, and I just love the colors in this yarn. I held this with a lace, alpaca lace, and yak blend that I got from Dark Lake Fiber Arts on Etsy. And it was my first time using a yak alpaca lace blend, and it's a lace weight, it was my first time using an alpaca yak silk blend, and it's this lace weight yarn that is just absolutely gorgeous, so soft. And this was a color, it was an undyed skein, so it's just a gray that, you know, fits great with this gray yarn, and I think it came out amazing, and it's so soft, it's so squishy and warm. I would just love a sweater out of this combination, but Hedgehog Fibers is expensive, so probably won't be doing that anytime soon. But again, the Tinsel mitts, and the great thing about this pattern is that there's 3 patterns in one. There's a mitten, there is a fingerless mitt, and then there's these convertible mitts, which are the ones I made. So really great gifts if you are thinking you need a gift for somebody. Highly recommend that pattern. And actually, the pattern itself has a slip stitch motif down the front of it, and I just left that part out of it. I wanted a basic mitt with no design on it. But yeah, Tinsel mitts. So let's talk about some recent acquisitions. So I'm kind of not buying any yarn at the moment. I haven't purchased any yarn yet in 2024, so I'm doing pretty well. I'm using yarn from Stash, so that's good. I did buy fiber though. So I believe I bought this fiber last year, like in December maybe. So not in 2023 or 2024. So I bought 2 braids from Akari Yarns. This first one here is a 60-20-20 blend of Polwarth, yak, and mulberry silk in the color Oil Slick. Now look at that. I love it. Beautiful. It's 50 grams, so it's pretty small, but it's beautiful. I have never spun with yak or with silk, so that will be interesting. Polwarth I have spun and I loved it, so hopefully it's not too slippery, but we'll see. The next one I bought is another braid from Akari Yarns, and this is Jacob wool, which I love Jacob wool. if you've been around here a while, you might remember I first learned to spin with Jacob wool. I took a spinning class at Cece's yarn shop here in Albany, and Cece has a sheep farm with all Jacob sheep, and they are so cute, and there's lots of babies, and they're really adorable. So you should follow them on Instagram, Cece's yarn or Cece's wool. She always posts videos of the babies running around. They're so adorable. Anyway, I really love Jacob. It's very toothy, it's fluffy, it is awesome yarn, especially to learn to spin on. So this is an unnamed color, but it's got this beautiful dark, so pretty. I've been wanting some more dark fiber because I feel like my whole stash is from Nest Fiber, and they have a lot of really bright colors, bright pinks and greens and blues, which I love, but I don't really wear that much, so this would be great. So yeah. Love it. So some other projects I wanted to talk about were my sewing projects. So I got back into sewing over the last few months. I made a couple bags. So first, my project bag that my satellite shawl is living in is my wax and wool tote. So this is a tote bag pattern by Noodlehead, which, if you're not familiar, they have a bunch of bag patterns and I think clothing patterns as well. Very easy to follow patterns. I had this fabric in my fabric stash that I got at Joann last year. The base is just some wax canvas that I had ordered online last year, the year before even. And it has some pockets inside. I don't know if you can see. And it also has a pocket in the front. One thing I wish it had was a zipper. So I might add a zipper to my next one. I do have, I did order a kit from U Fibers to make another one. So maybe I'll get creative and add a zipper, but we'll see. So that's my wax and wool tote. My next bag is this lovely tote bag that I made a couple weeks ago. So for our anniversary, my husband got me a gift card to Clumhouse, which is this website where I took a bag making class 2 years ago. And I ordered the kit to make the Maywood backpack tote. And this is an intermediate pattern. It came with this limited edition Pendleton wool fabric as part of the kit. And the great thing about these kits is that they come with everything you need to make the bag, like all the leather, all the rivets, the zipper, the fabric that's already pre-cut, which I hate cutting fabric. That's my least favorite part of sewing. But it has these gorgeous leather straps, and then it even converts to a backpack. So yeah, it's really cool. Very heavy duty wax canvas. It's got a pocket on the inside. The only thing I had to buy was the special rivet setting tool for tubular rivets, which I didn't have. So I had to order one on Amazon, which I will probably end up using again because I will make more bags for sure. So this is my Maywood tote from Clumhouse. I've been using it every day as my work bag. It fits a lot of stuff. Got my knitting project bags that fit into it for me to bring. Love it so much. So one of the other acquisitions I recently got, more fiber. So I got some CVM, which I have been hearing a lot about recently. And this is some natural CVM, a bump of natural CVM from Woodsong Farm in Bassett, Virginia, which I found on Etsy, just searching for CVM wool, which I believe CVM stands for California Variegated Mutant or something. I think that's a sheep breed. Don't quote me on that. I don't know much about it. All I know is I've heard that CVM is really great to spin. So looking forward to spinning this. And they also sent me oh, this cute little stitch marker. Oh, so cute. I almost forgot about this. So there's their little card, and that's the little stitch marker. It's a little beaded stitch marker from Woodsong Farm in Virginia. And they, along with my order, they sent me some bats of some generic wool that I'm not sure what type of wool it is, but it's naturally dyed with, I think, walnut, because it's like this yellow color, which is really pretty. But yeah, they even sent this little card. This little thank you. So cute. So they seem like a great shop if you're looking for a place to buy some wool. They are called Woodsong Farm. So that's about all I have to share with you guys today. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you're working on, what plans you have, what spinning plans you have. I am hoping to get some spinning done soon once I finish all my projects. A lot of things I need to get off the needles. Yeah, so I hope everyone has a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for watching.